13 WMAZ Morning starts now.
An active past 24 hours, severe storms across central Georgia. We'll take a look at what happened and what to expect into the weekend. Very cold.
We tell you what we know about the arrest of a former juvenile corrections officer in Bibb County, included what he's accused of. Plus, we break down what happened after a shootout in Warner Robins. A good Friday morning, Central Georgia. You're taking a live look over the city of Dublin. The time is now 6 a.m. here on this January the 13th. Thank you so much for starting your morning with us. I'm Wanye Reese. You know, it's Friday the 13th, but here at 13 WMAZ, we believe that you're going to have a great day because 13 is our lucky number. What can we say, Alex?
Yeah, that's right. I didn't even know it was Friday the 13th until about 6:15 when we went to go talk about the station's history. I was like, wait, oh, I didn't see that coming. But yes, today, Friday the 13th. Luckily, our weather much better today than it was yesterday. Looking live there in Lawrence County. The temperatures this morning, 50s and 40s. We've got 50 in Macon, 51 in Warner Robins, 50 in Cochran, 46 in Eastman, 52 in Dublin, and 48 in Milledgeville. And through the next few hours, these temperatures are only going to fall as we are going to be looking at the possibility of maybe just a sprinkle or two in and around central Georgia, maybe some mixed precip up to the north, but that is not a concern for us. But here's what I'm talking about. Temperatures into the 40s this afternoon, not warming up a whole lot, and it's going to feel like the 30s on top of this with the wind out of the northwest at about 10 to 20 miles an hour. The high technically happening a few hours ago during the overnight. Sunrise is at 7:37. And for the weekend, we got 52 on Saturday, 57 on Sunday. Very cold mornings. We've got wind chills in the low 20s on future view. We'll take a look at the timing on that hour by hour coming up in just a few minutes.
Alrighty then, thank you, Alex. We will check in with you very soon, friend. Well, this morning we're continuing to follow the aftermath of the severe storms that rolled through the state. Time-lapse footage by Matt Cochran shows storm clouds sweeping over the east side of Atlanta. I mean, absolutely amazing video. Flights were grounded at Atlanta's Hartsfield-Jackson International Airport as the area faced severe weather and thunderstorms. A tornado warning was issued for areas southeast of Atlanta yesterday as well, along with a number of sections in central Georgia. Check out this video from earlier yesterday near LaGrange along Interstate I-85 and exit 46. Southbound traffic was at a standstill after trees fell into the interstate. It also stalled traffic going north. If you have photos from yesterday's storms, I'd like for you to go ahead and send them to us. You can send us things like trees down, or if you see other damage in your area, you can text them to 478-752-1309 or upload them through the Near Me feature on our app. But I do have to stress to you, family, only send us those photos or videos once it's safe to do so. Today, alternate sites for services for Peterson's funeral home in Spalding County starts. This comes after a tree crashed down during a viewing for a loved one. Peterson's has been in Griffin on South 14th Street for about 3 years. They actually recently celebrated their anniversary on the 4th. The staff says that once the power went out, they knew that they had to take cover. They worked quickly to make sure the family and the loved one that they were mourning made it safely to another room, shielded from the weather. Peterson's chief of staff says that they had to move in about 10 seconds.
All of a sudden, things just changed. Wind, it stopped and it made a big roaring sound. So as we was running from our front office down the hall, immediately soon we turned the curve, this humongous tree came in the building.
They added the Bible sitting on the table in the corner of the room was untouched. Well, the staff at Peterson says even though they need to rebuild, they won't stop serving the community. And out of Butts County, a sad story to share with you this morning. A 5-year-old is dead after the storm brought down a tree on a car heading down Haley Road in Jackson yesterday afternoon. The Butts County medical examiner says the child died from the injuries. Meanwhile, winds severely damaged a warehouse in Austell. Take a look at this. The side of the building was ripped off with the owner and a few customers inside. It's now 6:04, getting you to some local news happening. A Macon woman says she went to Applebee's for an all-you-can-eat dinner, but instead found herself in a fight with a server. As a regular, Venice Cofield says that she goes to the Applebee's on Riverside Drive often, and many of the staff there, they know her. During her dinner on Wednesday night with her grandson, she says service was slow and she complained of at least 30-minute wait times throughout the evening. After she talked to the manager about the lack of service, she says that things took a turn.
She was cussing F this and F that, and then I turned around and started cussing back at her, and she grabbed my Coke and threw it on me, and I grabbed my water threw it on her. She jumped on top of me, started hitting me, had her knee in my shoulder.
The woman says that she has torn tendons in her shoulder and a cut over her eye. We did reach out to both the Riverside Drive location and the corporate Applebee's. They did not respond. The Bibb County Sheriff's Office says they received a call about the situation, but said no further information is available right now. Well, a former juvenile corrections officer is in Bibb County, is accused of sexually assaulting a child, is in custody. The State Department of Juvenile Justice says 28-year-old Tyrell Johnson of Warner Robins was arrested yesterday. He's charged with 1 count of sexual assault by an officer and 1 count of violating his oath of office. The department says the sexual assault happened last year at the agency's Macon Youth Development Campus. They say Johnson was fired last month after the complaint against him. Their statement says the case was turned over to the Macon District Attorney for possible prosecution. In Warner Robins, 1 person is hurt after a shootout. It happened yesterday before 10 a.m. on the 200 block of Arnold Boulevard off of MacArthur Boulevard. Warner Robins police say they got a call about 2 men shooting at one another. They say a 43-year-old man got shot in the leg and he is now in stable condition at the hospital. Anybody with information on this case can reach out to the police. It's 478-302-5380. 6:06, the Bibb County Sheriff's Office asking for the public's help in locating Harriet Walker. Family members reported the 71-year-old missing after not talking with her for some time. The Bibb County Sheriff's Office describes Walker as a white woman with fair complexion. She weighs about 180 pounds and is 5 feet 8 inches tall. Walker has salt and pepper colored hair and brown eyes and a dark colored spot on her lip. Her family says that Walker walks with a cane and is hunched over. Anyone with information on her whereabouts, we need you to call the Macon Regional Crime Stoppers. That number, it's 1-877-68-CRIME. That number again for you, it's 1-877-68-CRIME. Check this out with me, family. Today is Friday the 13th, and here for us at 13 WMAZ, it's our lucky number. Those of you that have watched for a while, remember TV the Cat. The Black Cat was created by the station artist Carolyn McMillan to make fun of the unlucky 13 superstition. When the station was preparing to sign on back in 1953, the original owners were worried that the superstition may get picked up by the early viewers and wanted to make sure they tackled it head on. TV appeared on station memorabilia like this paperweight that you just saw and station IDs in the early days, and immediately became a loved mascot of Channel 13 viewers, and that was used by the station up into the 1970s. It's now 6:07 here on this beautiful Friday morning, and I was thinking about that 13 and how unlucky it is, but I was like, when I think about Jesus, I don't worry about any superstitions or anything like that. But it's pretty interesting that the marketing team was thinking about that so early on.
And so 1953, it's now 2023, so 70-year anniversary of 13 WMAZ
Iconic.
this year. Yeah, so it's almost as old as Frank. There you go. There we go. All right. We make fun of Frank for being old sometimes. Here's a look over downtown. It's all in good faith, of course. Here's Lawrence County. We got Dublin. We got temperatures in the 50s and 40s on the map this morning. 50 in Macon, 49 in Gordon, 50 in Milledgeville, 48 in Eatonton, and 49 in Sandersville. Here's a look at the radar spinning around. Taking a break after yesterday. Geez, it was rolling from about, say, 11 a.m. It started picking up on some stuff out in Alabama, and then until about midnight last night with the rain rolling off the coast. Here's a look over the past 24 hours. There's storm number 1 in Macon. That's what prompted the tornado warning right around 2:45 for North Macon into Jones County, southern Monroe. And then the main line came through really beginning right around 4, getting out of here about 9. So the forecast, future view, yesterday morning, I think handled this pretty well here in central Georgia. Some mixed precipitation this morning back up into northern Alabama. Not a concern for us. Into the day today, temperatures into the 40s, 45 in Macon, 45 in Warner Robins by about the 5 p.m. hour. So we're at 50 now. Not going to warm up today. That's the key to it. We're also going to have a northwesterly wind about 10 to 20 miles an hour. That is going to make it feel like the 30s outside across central Georgia. And then into the night tonight, temperatures getting down close to the freezing mark, but this is not telling the whole story. We'll take a look at the future view. Feels like temperatures in just a moment. You're going to see it's going to feel much colder. Back to 50s for Saturday afternoon and then cold again Sunday morning. But let's talk about what it's going to feel like. So through the day today, feeling like the 30s there. There's noon into the 5 p.m. hour. Through the majority of the day, feeling like the 30s outside. And then comes Saturday morning, How about it feeling like the mid to low 20s? So this is 24 hours from now, feeling like 24 in Macon, 21 in Forsyth, 21 in Thomaston, and 23 in Unadilla. Beyond that, into Sunday, we are going to remain clear across central Georgia. On into Monday, overcast skies with some showers possible on Tuesday. I think we're a bit drier on Wednesday than what this is showing, but by the time we get to Thursday, this is going to be our next weather system rolling its way through. Another good chance of storms on Thursday. But between now and then, there's a whole lot of celebrating to do up in Athens. The national championship events, we've got the parade at 12:30, followed by the program inside Sanford Stadium at 2. Look for temperatures in the 40s, 44 there in Athens, 47 for the program. That 44 there is for the parade. Sunset at 5:46. So for today, back here in central Georgia, again, talking about 40s, but it's going to be feeling like the 30s out there across central Georgia, with tomorrow morning feeling like the 20s, mid to low 20s at that. Before we start a warming trend, we are right back into the 70s by next Wednesday. But as it goes, 70s in January, we got to pay for it. We will be having storms in the picture once again next Thursday.
6:10. Check this out as we go to break. The next drawing for the Mega Millions jackpot is today. It's now at a whopping $1.35 billion. There was no winner Wednesday night, so we all have another chance to try and wake up and be billionaires. It's the second largest Mega Billions jackpot. So Terry and Cousin Ray Ray, let's go ahead and buy a ticket. Let's go ahead and put in. Stay with us, Central Georgia. We'll be right back after this break.